Hi, I'm Aislinn. I own Aislinn Kate Photography here in Pensacola, Florida. We're hoping to give you some insight to help you plan the best wedding possible in terms of photographs. So where should you get ready on your wedding day? There's three main locations. There's where you get ready, there's where you have your ceremony, and there's where you have your reception. Well, my clients spend hours agonizing over their ceremony location and their reception location, but most only give a quick thought to where they're going to get ready. The reality is I'm spending 2 to 3 hours with my clients before the ceremony even starts. That's a huge chunk of your photos, and I think that the backdrop bears as much consideration as your others, since it will be in so many of your photos. Also, the getting ready stage is where your photographer will take the majority of your detail shots, your ring shots, your flowers. So choosing a location that's photogenic and varied allows your photographer the freedom of creativity with those shots instead of being limited. So there's really three major categories of options. The first is a private home. This is your house or your parents' house or your grandparents' house. There's a lot of pros to this. It's very meaningful, and it's meaning that can't be recreated elsewhere. For example, one of my favorite shots that I've taken is a bride's wedding gown hanging from a doorway, and it just happens to be right next to a framed photo on the wall of her parents on their wedding day. That's the sort of special meaning that can only come from a private home, and I don't want to discount that. The downside to getting ready in a private home is it's one more place that you have to be responsible for having camera ready on your wedding day. You will probably have boxes of programs, you'll have all of your bridesmaids' suitcases if they're coming from out of town, extra this, extra that, and that's a lot of stuff to have in the background of your photos, and it's very difficult to control that when it's a private home. The second option is to get ready in the location provided by your ceremony. Most ceremony venues have a getting ready area or a bride's room. And the pro is undeniable. They're so convenient. You're on location. You don't have to get in a car once you're dressed. Everybody's in one location. No one's going to get lost. The downside is you have really no control over where you're getting ready. I've shot in these ceremony getting ready rooms, and they've been basements. Once was an exercise room where on all four walls were big gigantic silver and blue exercise balls, which is not pretty in the background of your wedding photos. I've shot in nurseries at churches with cribs in the background, storage areas, bathrooms even. So if that's something you're considering, make sure you see the room before you commit to it, just to make sure there's no nasty surprises the day of. One word of warning, a lot of churches, traditionally older churches, have a bride's room, and it's right inside the front door. This is great in that it's very convenient, but the downside is if you do choose to get dressed there, keep in mind you will be sequestered and really quarantined for about the 45 minutes before your ceremony starts, which can be very frustrating, not just from a photographer's standpoint, because we have no freedom of movement, but from yours as well. You'll have to watch the level of your voice, you wouldn't be able to go to the bathroom, etc. The third option for a getting ready location is to get a really nice hotel room or suite. This is my personal favorite option, and I think probably the favorite of most photographers in the freedom and creativity that it affords us. We're filming here at Margaritaville Beach Hotel on Pensacola Beach, which is gorgeous, and it's a great example of the sort of place I would recommend you consider for a getting ready location. There's a lot of benefits to getting ready in a hotel. The largest is you have total control over what your surroundings look like. You can even choose your hotel based on your personal taste, so it reflects the feel of your wedding. There's also no clutter. You don't have to worry about extra storage because you are in control of what you bring into the room. It's very convenient. An added bonus is you can have your groom get ready on site in a separate room on a separate floor, so you're still able to maintain privacy while you're getting ready, but you're allowing your photographer the freedom to get pictures of both of you in the getting ready phase, instead of having to choose one or the other. Also, I think my personal favorite benefit to getting ready in a location like this is you're providing your photographer access to the lobby and all of the beautifully landscaped public areas that can be used for family portraits or first looks if you choose to do one, which we think you should. Also detail shots, I mentioned earlier, this is when a lot of details will be shot. Your photographer has an entire hotel to choose from in terms of backdrops. Finally, one last word of advice in terms of a hotel room, or really with any room. We recommend keeping a clean room and a clutter room. Even if you walk into a hotel room with 3 bridesmaids, 3 bridesmaids worth of bags, wedding dresses, snacks, drinks. It doesn't take long for a room to fill up with clutter and trash. We recommend that you either get a multi-room suite and keep the door shut to one room so that it's perfectly clean when it's time to put your gown on for photos, or to reserve 2 adjoining rooms. One room is where you'll actually hang out with your girls and where you'll put all of your bags. The other room can stay clean and fresh and beautiful, so when it's time for your photos, you can walk in and your photographer doesn't have to find their angles based around where the solo cup is in the background.
You can sit on my lap, little girl.
Oh, that's adorable. Right there.